Okay, now I will talk about introduction for title film Talentime. The Talentime advertisement boasts a multicultural cast of elderly school students preparing for a school talent show. It guides the viewer through the interconnected narrative of several characters that cut across race and religion in Malaysia. The trailer is premised on terms of young love, loss, longing, and self-betterment in the context of the multiracial population of the country. The emotional context is highlighted by calming music and lyrical cinematography capturing the beauty and advertising of young life.
Hi everyone. Today I'll be presenting an analysis on how the film Talent Times portrays culture, whether it does so accurately or through stereotypes. I'll be focusing on two main aspects, which is accurate cultural representation and avoidance of stereotypes. One of the strongest elements of Talent Time is how it shows multicultural harmony in daily Malaysian life. The film doesn't treat diversity as a special theme. Instead, it shows friendships, family ties, and even romantic relationships between different races as something normal. A clear example is the relationship between Malor and Mahesh. It breaks cultural expectations, but it feels genuine and heartfelt, not something exaggerated just for drama. The film also respectfully included religious and cultural rituals. One emotional scene is the Hindu funeral of Mahesh's uncle. It's not just visually presented. The meaning behind the ritual is explained and shown with emotional depth. This kind of respect for culture is rarely seen in typical films. Another powerful element is the use of realistic language. Characters switch between Malay, Tamil, English, and even Cantonese, just like how Malaysians speak in real life. This is very different from most films that usually stick to one language. The school's talent competition becomes a symbol for Malaysia itself, a stage where people from different backgrounds come together. This reflects how music and art can unite us beyond racial or cultural boundaries, just like how films during festive season often try to celebrate diversity. Now let's talk about how the films avoid stereotypes. The characters in Talent Time are not one-dimensional. Mahesh is not the typical funny Indian sidekick. Instead, he's quiet, deep, and emotionally strong. Malor is also not the shy Malay girl. She's independent, thoughtful, and brave enough to follow her heart. What really stands out is the film's focus on emotions we all share, like love, grief, and acceptance. It made us connect with the characters as people, not just as members of a certain race or religion. This helps the audience see beyond differences and relate on a human level. Lastly, some might say the film is a bit idealistic. It does touch on serious issues like racism and isolation, but instead of being harsh or negative, it treats these themes with poetic softness. Yasmin Ahmad seems more focused on inspiring unity and thoughtfulness rather than just showing the pain of reality.
In this movie, we have four different cultural themes. First is multiculturalism and interracial relationships. Second is religious diversity and misconceptions. Next, we have linguistic diversity. And then we have social realism and everyday struggles. Multiculturalism and interracial relationships. At the heart of Talent Time is the relationship between Malo, a Malay girl, and Mahesh, an Indian boy who suffers from hearing impairment. Their romance sells over the probability of cultural background and family expectancy. Facing the issue interracial couple face in multicultural society. Mahesh's family does not approve of their love, which reflect the inconsistent that occurred different culture societies. Religious diversity and misconceptions. The character of Mei Ling in this movie deals with religious conflict, who is a Chinese Muslim. One such moment is when Datin Kalsum is shocked to know about Mei Ling's religion and inquires her on why she still carries her Chinese name after conversion. The scene highlights prevalent assumption of Malay ethnicity with Islam and contests the belief that conversion to Islam requires cultural assumption. Linguistic diversity, reflecting Malaysia's multicultural, multilingual society, Talentime features dialogue in several languages including English, Malay, Tamil, Mandarin, Cantonese, and Malaysian Sign Language. Not only does such a multilingual approach add realism, but it also tribute to the nation's diversity of language. Storytelling techniques. In Teletime, Yasmin Ahmad adeptly employed two storytelling techniques which is intercutting the story of multiple characters and using music as a storytelling device. By interweaving the story of different characters such as Melo, Mahesh, and Hafiz, for example, she provides a rich texture of Malaysia's multicultural society, allowing each story to unfold naturally and reflect the nation's richness of diversity. In the other hand, music is an integral element not only as background music but as a means of emotional expression and character development. Performers at the talent show are utilized to reveal inner turmoil and establish relationship between characters, thereby creating the plot and advancing the audience emotional investment. Visual elements. Yasmin Ahmad Talent Time 2009 offer a rich visual tapestry of motifs that enhance its storytelling and thematic impact. The movie has a modular narrative structure, recalling her day in advertising, where the scenes are assembled as semi-autonomous units. This gives a non-linear progression with things happening in fits and starts, as in repeated musical number during audition, rehearsal, and the eventual talent show. Visual elements. Cinematographically, Talenta make use of a long text and wide shot in order to create an atmosphere of realism and immersion. The technique is calling on the audience to immerse themselves considerably into the experience of the character and empathize with them, as well as understand them. Ipoh setting with its colonial buildings and nostalgia-driven ambience offer a background that is in accord with Malaysia's society multicultural nature.
Today I will present the topic Real Life Cultural Celebration versus Media Portrayal in Talent Time. I will compare how real celebration in Malaysia are shown in real life versus how they are portrayed in the film Talent Time. Real celebration versus film expression. First, let's look at real celebration versus how culture is expressed in the film. In Malaysia, we celebrate festivals like Deepavali, Chinese New Year, and Hari Raya with ritual foods and family gathering. But in Talent Time, culture is shown through emotion, not ceremonies. For example, my uncle Hindu funeral is shown in a quiet and respectful way without a big ceremony. Mm, Next, realism in film versus idealism in celebrations. Most cultural acts show harmony and avoid real issues, but Talentine show real life struggle like racial and identity conflict. This gives a more realistic view of multicultural life in Malaysia. Talentine show as cultural unity.
Next, the talent show in the film represent cultural unity. In real school event, we usually see cultural dance, song, and performance. In talent time, the performance are personal and emotional. For example, Hafiz sings about his mother's illness. This makes culture with personal expression. For visual, festive visits every day. In real life, we see colorful clothes and decoration, but talent time show daily life like school uniform and simple location. This reminds us that culture is not only in big festival but also in our everyday life. For conclusion, Time show culture in a more emotional and realistic way compared to the ideal and happy version we often see in celebration or advertisements. Thank you.
Talentime share a real-life emulation multicultural society through a character like a Malor and Mashi, who face problems because they are a different race, and Mei are a Chinese Muslim who deals with a religion's identity issue. The characters speak a many languages like a Malay, English, Tamil, Mandarin, Cantonese, and a sign language, which make the film feel real. Instead of a big festival, the movie shows everyday life at home and school. The school talent show brings students from different backgrounds together and show how music and arts can connect people.